I'm Alex, he's Jim, and this is the Charging Status EV podcast. How you doing, Jim?
I'm good. We've got a lady with us, Alex.
As you usually say, an illustrious guest.
An illustrious guest, very illustrious guest.
Yeah, how you doing, Caroline? You okay?
Very good. Lovely to join you on the podcast, guys.
Oh, thank you.
I was giving Alex a seamless sort of invitation to announce our illustrious guest, and he's just completely missed that because our chemistry's so good. But this is worldwide renowned car journalist Caroline Kidd from Ireland.
Yeah, all the way from across the Irish Sea.
Award-winning. Have you won any awards?
No, I haven't. But then
Cruelly,
I haven't actually, put myself forward for any. And we don't have motoring journalism awards here in Ireland, because I'm sure I would have, won with flying colours,
Absolutely. Award-winning journalist, but just not quite yet.
Yeah, I had you on the podcast. Well, not this podcast, but my other podcast a few years ago now. Time goes very quickly, but if people don't know who you are, do you want to give a sort of a brief introduction about sort of what you do and where people can find you as well?
Yeah, so I set up changinglanes.ie back in 2014, and it was a place to share my love of cars. And I studied journalism in college. I'd come out and there wasn't really any jobs at that point. It was 2012, so it was a case of I just had to start something and start sharing my thoughts on cars, and that was an interest I'd had since I was a child. So it's been quite a journey ever since. And I suppose these days I see myself primarily as a car reviewer, but of course content creation has become a huge thing as well, and it's something that I love doing. It comes quite naturally to me, filming videos and a lot of short form content now of cars as well. But I suppose at the core of what I do is just trying to give consumers really honest, a common sense approach to car reviews as well, being grounded and talking about affordability, practicality, running costs, and all those things that really matter to consumers. So I like to think I'm on the consumer's side, but I love cars, and I think that passion comes across too. I'm still doing this after 11 years,
Yeah, a lot of people just give up, don't they, after a short amount of time,
Yeah.
and give it a go. And you've got to stick with it. I think that's what.
Yeah, you've got to
the best thing.
You've got to really persevere with it, because it's not easy, and it probably won't make you a millionaire either.
It definitely won't make you a millionaire, I think.
Yeah, it's a tough
If you're
one.
honest, anyway. If you're honest.
Yes.
Yeah. Honesty doesn't pay the bills, does it? Shock horror pays the bills, I think, nowadays.
But integrity, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
I think people
that's a
see
thing.
that as well, and it has to be someone who they can trust. So I think you have to play the long game as well and not sell out. You've got to think ahead and how long you want to be in the industry, how committed you are as well. But at the end, the values of good, independent, balanced journalism is what we have to strive for as best we can, because those things still matter in this modern world.
I feel like they matter more than ever because they don't exist as much.
They're harder to find, yes, for sure.
Yeah. Except, I'm in the position now where I have to try and fund this with sponsorships and stuff, but I work so hard to get the right sponsors, and I bat away so many that aren't the correct ones.
Yeah.
And sometimes some of the things you get offered, you think, whoa, but it's the minute someone
Six
questions,
figures, Jim, maybe.
No. Well, it depends on where you put the decimal point. But the second someone thinks this is just being done for the money, you're sort of your word's sort of worthless at that point, isn't it?
Absolutely, but you have the right to earn a living as well. So it's a difficult tightrope to walk across.
For me, it's like if you're doing an ad, make it very clear that it's an ad, and then everyone's happy. But I think when the lines get blurred, it smells to me. I don't like it at all. Personally, I like it when it's fairly upfront. Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. So, what's the car scene like in Ireland? Obviously, over here, the switch to EVs going reasonably well. If you read one part of the press, it's horrendous, and everything's full of EVs everywhere. You speak to the manufacturers, and they're giving you the sales figures, and you look at the actual sales figures, and it's all pretty good. I think Ireland has historically been quite sort of diesel heavy, and like sales of diesels on this side of the water have really dropped massively now. But how is it in Ireland? I follow like Bob Flavin quite a bit, and I know Bob said about the public charging network not being amazing, and
Yeah, you can have good and bad experiences with it. But I suppose on the car scene, we've obviously seen this increase in SUVs over the years, just like the UK. But when you look at the split between petrol, diesel, hybrid, and electric is now up to about 18.5%. So it did
okay,
take a dip last year, like it did in the UK as well. But now we're starting to see people coming back buying EVs again in good numbers. So it's at
yeah,
18.5% of the new car market, and it's actually overtaken diesel. And historically, we were a very strong diesel market, as you said, particularly around 2008, 2009. And people were being missold diesels as
completely,
well,
yeah, same here, yeah,
Like my mother was driving around in a 1.3 Opel Astra diesel and not doing enough miles, and then having those DPF
DPF,
issues.
yeah,
So a lot of that went on. So yeah, now we are slowly moving in the right direction. It's taken time, but the cars have gotten better. There's a wider selection as well. Kia are doing well with their EVs here, and Tesla, Volkswagen.
yeah,
So they're probably the big EV manufacturers. And then we have BYD and MG. There's loads of new brands coming to the market. We've had Xpeng. There's Cadillac actually heading our
yeah,
way, which came as quite a
Oh,
surprise to
yeah.
me when I got the press release on that. I think we might be getting it before the UK, it seems, which is quite
yeah.
surprising. I don't know how that works, or maybe you guys will be close behind because two right-hand drive markets, you'd imagine that it would happen closely.
Mm.
And sometimes we seem to get the cars a little bit after you, or else teeny bit before. But yeah, look, it's exciting times. Lots of new brands coming to the market, more choice, and that's good for the consumer. And it, as a journalist and a car reviewer, it keeps things really interesting as well. You probably find that as well.
Yeah, the amount of new brands me and Jim have said between us on and off the podcast that it's so exciting having all these new brands because you just get in the door quite early with it, and all the new models that are launching. I mean, we've had Cherry and Amoda launch here, and Jacob actually, and they are on fire in terms of launching new models. It's been a really busy year for them, hasn't it? So, yeah, it's very exciting. Very
And I
exciting
mean, you
times.
look at BYD, and it seems to be every day there's a
A new
different
car.
BYD into market, and
It's
I was very,
unbelievable the pace of what they bring to
yeah,
market and how quickly. And now they're bringing these super hybrids as well as
yeah,
the EVs. So
yeah,
yeah, and they can do these changes to the cars. MG as well at S6 that you guys were at the launch this
yeah,
week, was it?
yeah.
Oh, it was yesterday,
So
yeah.
can I ask you a question then, I suppose? What did you think of the MGS6? Or is that a
Alex,
secret? Is that embargoed?
No,
no,
no, it's not actually, which is quite good. So, yeah, it's a very big car. So the rear legroom is incredible. There's a lot of kit as standard. There are some little areas where the build quality is maybe not quite as good as what you would expect, but I thought in general it was a pretty decent car. I know when you drove it, Jim, you thought it was really cold yesterday, so the efficiency wasn't quite as good as what it possibly should be, but it was really cold, so that sort of explains it. But I thought I thought it's a decent car with a massive amount of storage space. So
I thought the build quality was like way above my expectation.
maybe I worded it wrong. The material choice, I meant.
Yeah,
Some
I
of the
like
materials around
I like
the
that.
buttons,
The
yeah.
fact there was no piano black in it made my heart sing.
Yeah.
That was a good aspect. Yeah.
Piano black makes me incredibly sad.
It's
It's
Yes.
hard
like
to film.
it's just a magnet for like filth and scratches and sadness. And
And greasy fingerprints.
yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if you're trying to film it, you get your face in the reflection, which is never a good thing. So
No, not
no, well, it depends.
especially not
Depends on
when
who
it's
you are.
my face. But I really liked it actually. I just I mean it's unremarkable in a way because lots of these kind of cars are, but they're designed for an audience that wants unremarkable, really, aren't they? They want just something that's really easy to live with, really easy to drive. You can throw all your kit into it. It's got a ginormous boot in the back. It's got a decent frunk. Absolutely tons of headroom. Probably the best headroom I've ever seen in the car. I mean, Alex wouldn't know because he's a midget, basically. And
I can stand up in the back.
Oh, the insults have started.
oh no, they started months and months ago.
They started whenever I first met Jim.
But
So
even when he's in his booster seat, he's still got like a
Ah,
good
no.
3 feet of headroom.
Red card for that now.
Yeah. No, but I would say in the back you could probably be, I would say 6'4", and you've still got headroom.
Okay.
There was that much, and they'd used the space like really well. But if it's some of these reviews are difficult now, aren't they? Because there's nothing that bad about anything, and there's nothing like outstanding with anything.
I
I
suppose.
think the most difficult one I've done was the Prius, the new Prius, and I was like,
Yeah. The
it's,
Prius.
it's really good at everything, but not outstanding at anything, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Now go and make a video.
It's not an SUV. For some people, that's probably the biggest
That's a
problem. Because it's a
which
gorgeous
for me
car.
is a
looks
bonus.
stunning. It's a beautiful car.
Yeah,
but yeah, it is difficult. I just thought some little areas in the cabin weren't quite as good, sort of material as they could be. But it is you get a lot of car for your money. And the software was decent. There's a lot of features. You can watch YouTube on it, which is coming to a lot of cars now, and something we take for granted when you drive a Tesla. They just get all the video features, but now other manufacturers are starting to catch up in that aspect. So yeah, pretty good.
And will you guys get to spend longer with those cars at some point? Because I know it's just a launch event, and it's hard to capture. You know, you're not going to have deep feelings about the car based on a short trip in it. It's kind of more of a news and feature piece, really, isn't it?
yeah.
Here's what it is. Here's the stats. So will you get longer with those cars?
Yeah,
at
so
some
we
point?
could try and sort of book them in, and we'll get the cars for a week. I think that in Ireland, you go to like a central facility, don't you, and take the cars
Yeah, so
away? Or?
there is we have to go and collect the cars, so they don't get
Yeah.
delivered to our house. So most of the distributors, they use one company in Dublin, but there's a few brands that don't use this. It's kind of a fleet management company who
Yeah.
prep the cars. So you could have to do a little bit of travel on the Monday across town to get to the other district where they all are. But I actually enjoy all that, which is weird. I've been doing this for so long, I wouldn't know if I had a Monday where I didn't have to go to Dublin
Yeah.
and collect a car. I'd be like, what do I do with myself? So it's part of the routine, and you bump into your colleagues as well. So you have a chat with them, because it can be lonely
great.
life as a freelancer, guys. You probably
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
working from home a lot, you can go a
Yeah.
little bit crazy. So it's good to
Yeah.
get out and chat to your colleagues, exchange the gossip and all the stuff, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that never happens that often. It's only usually do you catch up with people at launch events, really, and not for very long because people are always rushing off to do stuff. So
Very busy.
Yeah, and so often now at a launch, you get such a short amount of time with the car, don't you? That you want to spend every minute of that with the car. And
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure actually on those local launches. If you are trying to do video or capture deep content like that, it's a lot of work. And then trying to give something of worthwhile to the viewer, because in many ways they can give the car their own first impression. They want
yeah,
something deeper from us. So it's trying to work
yeah,
within those parameters. But I think people are interested in the key facts and finding out even how it stands against the competition, which does require some research and preparation, particularly with range and
yeah.
price and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
So, a question I often get asked a lot, because I do a lot of content about car leasing here, and leasing here is often it's a bit of a no-brainer because it's so cheap in comparison to sometimes other types of finance. And I hate sponsorships, as I said, and product placements
Oh,
and stuff,
look
especially.
at
Oh,
himself.
sorry. Ooh. Um,
That'll be brand ambassador.
yeah. And lots of people will watch from Ireland and say, like, why do we pay 3 times more for car lease in Ireland? How do people tend to sort of purchase their cars are they doing like hire purchase or a loan or something
It
like that?
it is mostly the PCP, the personal
Ah,
contract
okay.
plans, that people
Yeah.
are paying this monthly payment. I know when I was buying my first car all those years ago, I got a loan from the bank based on my new job. But that was a second-hand car, so it wasn't like a huge value.
Yeah.
But I think that's what's keeping the industry alive, because when you look at the price of the new cars, the list price, particularly since
Yeah.
2020, you guys have this as well, I'm sure, but the price of cars, and it doesn't matter, there's this thing that electric cars are expensive, but like all cars are expensive. Well, look, we have a new wave of smaller, more affordable cars coming to market, but there's a lot of cars in that 40 to 50,000 euro bracket, which before you could get a good family car 30,000 euro. So a lot of
Yeah.
things have changed, but I think PCP is very popular here, and it's leasing not so much, particularly for private cars. Um, but maybe that is something that we need to get used to. But in Ireland, we like to own stuff as well, like
See,
homes,
yeah,
and there's
yeah.
that part of it. We're not very European like that. We like to own
I
stuff.
think we've still got that here, that want to own stuff, and PCP's by far the most popular way to get cars here still. But PCH can be so much cheaper here, and it seems to be. I guess maybe it's because there's not enough. There aren't enough people that have gone for it already in Ireland, so there's not that competition. You don't tend to get a competitive marketplace when you've got 3 players in it, do you? And I guess you end up with only a handful of players if there aren't enough people doing it. So. But yeah, it's an interesting one. Sometimes there'll be a car that's going for. I mean, at the moment, for example, you can get a Polestar 4 here on a lease, 10,000 miles a year for about 450 quid a month. And someone dropped a message the other day and said, like, oh, in Ireland, that's €950 a month. And
Yeah,
you're like, oh.
I know.
And I get that all the time, And people say, why? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, like we are a small market on the fringes of Europe. We have high taxes, and I think this is why we are such an expensive place for cars. But when I post a video on YouTube and I mention the prices of cars, I did an Alpine A110 recently, and it's about 90,000 euros here. But in France, it's
Saw that.
65, which is a
Yeah.
big difference. And we're talking euro prices. Um, so people are like, oh, but in my country, you can get it for this price. I'm like, great.
Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
YouTube is so funny, the comments you get. Like, people want to pick a fight with you over the
Anything.
smallest things. Like, I got one yesterday about the boot space in the Alpine. Um, I had said, it was poor for boot space, and it really is, guys. Okay, it's really poor.
Yeah.
And this guy, he comes out with like, oh, the Ferrari such and such has similar, and the Lexus something else has something else similar. I don't know why journalists have this problem with the boot space. So he's really sensitive about it. So I've
Did,
kind of learned just to let them, like, don't even get into it. I try not to pick fights with people on the internet as best I can.
in those car review videos, though, how many of the comments come from people that own the car already, and they're watching your review of it almost to stand their corner and I'm gonna stick up for my girl,
Oh, for
or
sure.
or
I
to,
think so.
I don't know, kind of underline that they made the right decision and sort of kind of validate their decision.
Definitely, because you do, if you give a good review to a car, a genuine good review, they're like, oh, best video I've seen.
Yeah.
I totally agree. You're the best reviewer.
Yeah, I've had mine for 6 months. Agree with everything you said.
And
Yeah,
sometimes you get a message like this length, of like, some people will actually, you've just reviewed the car as a professional, but they'll put their review in the comments as well. That's
yeah,
okay. Look, I
yeah,
appreciate
yeah,
it
yeah,
all. It's,
yeah,
people are usually lovely online, but
yeah,
you can get the few difficult ones as well.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
the thing
yeah.
is, you might have bought the car, so YouTube algorithm knows that you're interested in it. You might pop up, it might say, "Oh yeah, I'll see what they said about the car that I bought." And I think that's how it happens. But yeah, it's interesting.
So, what car are you sort of looking forward to getting into next, or do you have something like a trip lined up that you're really looking forward to, or?
Well, I have cut back a little bit on the overseas travel, but I was away this week for the
Mhm.
Mocha GSE, next week the Peugeot 308 facelift, and then
Uh-huh.
I'm going for the studio reveal of the EV2 in January in
Oh, cool.
Brussels.
Oh wow.
So I think that's a very exciting car, because we've seen what Kia and Hyundai have done to date, and in that
Yeah.
new small, that'll probably be their smallest EV. So
Hmm.
that'll be really interesting. Toyota
Oh, yeah.
CHR electric. I'm curious about that one too, to get
Yeah.
behind the wheel, because they've done so well with hybrid, and I really like the CHR hybrid. So
Me
be
too.
interested. Yeah, like, it's the quality, and it's quick,
Yeah.
sporty to drive as well.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how they will make this leap. And they're the best selling brand here in Ireland. So they have a potential to really, if people take to this car, we could see a massive increase in EV sales in Ireland based on one manufacturer, because
Yeah.
they are the
Yeah.
best selling brand. So they have this enormous influence and power on the new car market. So obviously they have been slow on EVs to date,
Hmm.
but I think that's probably just the Japanese approach is more conservative to new technology, and they
Yeah.
really think things through. And I respect that. I do
Hmm.
appreciate that. So be interesting to see what the CHR Plus, I think that's what they call
Yeah.
it. Um, yeah, so another
Yeah.
another year of driving cars. I try and live in the moment, and I live week by week pretty much.
Hmm.
Sometimes my mother asks me, "What are you driving next week?" And I'm there like, "What am I driving next week?"
Yeah.
Scratching my
Yeah.
head.
Yeah.
Or, "What were you driving last week?" Sometimes she does that, which is like, it's a really mean trick to play on me, because I've already moved on. And she says,
Yeah.
"What were you driving her 2 weeks ago?" And like, there's not a chance of me remembering what I was. It's trying to live in the moment, and because this industry moves so fast, and we are all moving fast in it. And you do the
Yeah.
car, you do the review, and then you move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Completely. What's the car that you've had in the last year when it's left you and you've felt like a family member's just been lost? The one that you cry as you walk away from it, or has there been one?
It
Gosh,
sounds like a personal story, Jim.
It's called the Ioniq 5N.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a tale of longing, love, and then eventual heartbreak.
Gosh. Yeah, and I mean, like those high performance EVs, we've seen so many this year, like Alpine
Yeah.
A290. I had the Alfa Romeo Junior Veloce last week. Loved the car, but didn't like the range. And I think this is a problem
Mm.
with particularly those compact performance electric
Yeah.
cars, because those cars are meant to be driven. You're meant to go out for the day and enjoy. But I think the range in those is a problem at the moment because they're trying not to make the car too heavy,
Yeah.
which I appreciate that as well. I had a, you're not going to like when I say this. I had a Cooper Fermentor diesel over the summer,
Yeah.
and I had it during my holidays. So it was actually like not having to think about charging was actually a luxury. Sometimes when
Yeah.
you drive the occasional fuel car, because that's what it is now, it's occasional. It's like, oh yeah, that was good, you know. But
Yeah.
I know that's not on brand for you guys, but
Oh, we end up discussing petrol cars now and
We
again
are
anyway, so
we
it's
are.
fine.
I mean, we do an EV podcast. We both like EVs, but we also like cars. So and
Yep.
we do. I mean, we review everything.
Yeah.
So sorry, audience, but we do like
Yep.
sort of everything.
Well, it's not really a journalistic thing to be like biased to one thing, I don't think.
No, it's not. No, and
No.
I think this podcast is about EVs because yeah, we both do have an interest in it. I mean, I've got two, and it's a really interesting part of the market, and it's like new technology and it's evolving, and we both love technology and stuff. So, but I also love a V8, and I
yeah,
don't think that'll ever change. And I think it's great when everyone's got a bit of choice. Personally,
yeah, like I suppose the BYD Dolphin Surf, that was surprisingly good in hindsight. I didn't think it was going to be as good because I read a lot of different things about it, but I
I
was
drove that for
surprised.
8 minutes in traffic in London. So
I think that was it. I think I'd looked at all the UK stuff, and that was quite bizarre.
that was a mad launch. It was absolutely
It's
bizarre.
weird.
So I think there were 72 of us, and then there were 1,000 influencers.
Yeah, this was it. So I wasn't. I think I'd heard all this stuff, and I just wasn't sure. And then I had people leaving me comments about referencing it that about in the UK, and I was saying, well, I think in Ireland, we journalists, there's no interference. We review the car. That's what we do. There's no money changing hands or anything like that.
Mm.
Yep.
It's really important to establish that trust. And we're a small industry here as well. So any cars that win awards, they do it on their own merit.
Mm.
But I was really impressed with the Dolphin Surf. The quality of the car. It was really fun as well, and it was so fast. It was surprisingly fast. I don't know about you
Yeah.
guys, but the amount of cars I leave for dust in these electric cars and
Yeah.
traffic lights, it's gas.
That's it.
I keep
I love.
sizing you up behind you in these
Yeah, yeah,
Audis
yeah.
and BMWs, and I'm like, guys, I'm gone. Like, don't even try. Don't even
This
try
is the
taking
thing,
me
isn't
on
it?
in this. This thing is potent.
Except, like everyone states the 0 to 60 or 0 to 62, and actually, it's the 0 to 30
It is.
yeah,
You're absolutely
yeah,
right, Jim. Because they might eventually catch up with you, but it's that initial burst and the smoothness. There's no fumbling around
yeah.
with gears. Insta was fabulous this year
I
as well.
love the
Ionic
Insta.
9, actually. I had it recently and
Hmm.
I thought it was fabulous. Yes.
Yeah,
You
it's
mentioned the
just
Insta.
a
I
bit
thought
small. That's the only thing.
It's small.
You know,
it was a really good sized car.
it's
think
it's
he's
basically a
joking, is he?
postcode on wheels. Yeah.
Oh, I thought the Insta was a really good sized car.
Oh no,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
we were talking about the Ionic 9.
9.
I said it's just a bit small. The Insta, I absolutely love the Insta.
Yeah.
And I went to that one thinking, eh, I'm sure it'll be good. It's a little Hyundai. Hyundai don't really make bad cars. It'll be good. And I came away from it like completely in love. And you know when you come away and think, I wonder if I could make that work somehow, and you start looking at numbers and things.
Yep.
That's when you know it's a special thing,
Yeah.
especially when you drive as many cars as we do.
Yeah, I thought that was really, really good. And that's only got about 100 horsepower. That was really quick as
Yeah.
well. And it's not fast on paper, but that's not 0 to 30, as you said.
Yeah.
It's super quick. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
fun little car that is.
Renault 5 was iconic as well.
Yeah.
And it
I've only
just won
driven
our
one
Irish
for-
Car of the Year award here.
Oh, did
in
it?
Ireland. Yeah. So
And best EV, I think the best EV in the UK. I'm not sure. There was some award it won today or yesterday. It said best EV worldwide or something along those lines. Not sure though.
See, Alex is totally in love with it, but I've
Yeah.
only driven it for 10 minutes, and that was at the SMMT day at Millbrook, and it's probably not the best place to drive it, but I was expecting it to be like so fun to drive and so engaging,
yeah,
and I was like,
it's not perfect for sure.
Well, I crammed a month's worth of mileage into 1 week, so I sort of had a really good exposure to the car, and it's. I think I don't know if I spoke to you about it, but it's not really designed to be a fun EV. It's more of a Renault Zoe replacement that
Yeah.
looks really cool. So I was surprised how efficient that car was.
I just think
was
it looks
mad.
so amazing.
Yeah.
Like, if it was fun to drive as well, like really, I think the Insta's really fun to drive.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if they had a little bit of that, like dusted on it, it would be like the perfect thing.
And the Alpine A290 is much better to drive.
Is it?
Yeah, because I found the Renault 5 did run out of talent quicker than I run out of talent on a twisted
Right.
road.
Yeah.
But the what they did to the A290, it's a much better driver's car, I would say. And I kind of prefer that more moody styling and color palette that the A290 has. But range again is a problem in those cars, I think. Not so much the Inster, but the Renault and Alpine, I thought, it, can horse through that range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We-
I was getting really good efficiency on the Renault 5. I think I was seeing about 240 miles of range, and there's a little. I don't know if you saw it, but there's a little eco thing, and you can keep the line within the eco bar, and as long as you do that, which I was doing the whole time, it was getting like nearly 5 miles per kilowatt hour. So
That might be
it was
my
really
problem.
impressive. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe.
I don't get cars from Renault or Alpine. I can only assume they've seen my content before and decided against it. But it's quite difficult here.
Oh, yeah.
So when I first started, some of the manufacturers will say, "Oh, you need 10,000 subscribers and this many views or something." And I go back, I've got 70-something thousand now, and I've had 17 million views. Can I have a car, please? And you just don't get a reply. But I think there's so many people doing it here,
Yeah.
and yeah, I don't know.
Easy.
I am like, I know we talked about honesty and integrity and stuff, but I'm very honest as well, and I don't know if that maybe goes against me sometimes. And I do a fair bit of like, be careful at the car dealer kind of content, and telling people when they've been taken for a ride and stuff, and that might not go down well. I don't know. But, yeah.
Like, but
It
the
might just
UK
be that
market
the-
is huge. Like, how
Yeah.
many new cars is it every year?
Oh, it's what is it?
10 million, maybe, or maybe
I think, yeah,
1 million, maybe.
it's
We should know this, shouldn't we?
Sorry.
Yeah, I do know this. But, I do know this because I study the numbers all the time. But
I know it's over 1 million EVs a year, I think.
Yeah.
I'll be 48 in about 7 weeks, so forgive me.
Well, ours is about 120,000 cars per year.
Okay.
So, we're not a big market.
Yeah, so we're about 2 million.
Yeah.
I think last year I've just seen it was 1.95, but I think that was up on the previous year, but I think pre-COVID we were like 2.4 or somewhere around that.
Yeah. So that should give more opportunities for, reviewers and content creators, but maybe it's all relative because of course you probably have more people
Yeah.
actively, and you've got your very well established titles, of course.
Oh
And
yeah.
then the internet has, of course, opened up more content opportunities as well. YouTube, podcasts. So it is massive. But the good always
Yeah.
rise to the top, guys. It's just like cars.
That's why I'll stay where I am forever. The I think there are some brands certainly here now as well that are doing much more with influencers and like Instagrammers and stuff. And it's not unusual now to go to a car launch and be chatting with someone, and they're like a fashion influencer on Instagram or something. And I mean, I'm too old to understand, but it must work. They must see returns from it, I guess.
About fashion or influencers? I wasn't sure what you said you were too
Yeah,
old to
fashion
understand.
influencers, yeah, food influencers, all sorts. Yeah,
Here, I think the manufacturers know you don't mix influencers with journalists
at,
because
at,
there's a bit of, we're suspicious, I suppose,
yeah,
of them. We're suspicious. How can you have, how can you get 100,000 likes on a picture of your lunch or all this stuff? But I think it must do. It seems we seem to be in this era of the influencer. It seems to have come back very strong, and car brands here are delving into it, but maybe done through, collaborations on social
yeah,
media. I suppose that it's about getting a car in front of a massive audience that maybe is not looking at the traditional motoring media outlets, or
yeah,
who's not generally consuming car content. Must be
yeah,
through brand awareness.
which is probably a great idea. When those two worlds are in the same room together, though, it
Yeah.
is hilarious. It is properly funny.
When
You're just
they're
seeing
like
like
got the
all
camera up
yeah.
in
There's
the
all these old
sky.
blokes just going.
I know.
I mean, I was talking to someone at that BYD launch we were talking about, and he was moaning to me because he had to be there at 9 a.m. And he said, "I told them I want another 500 if you want me here at that time." And
Wow.
he goes, "Luckily they said yes." And I was like,
Wow. Oh, that's cringe. Yeah,
"So
they shouldn't have
sorry?"
mixed the two. Because that's not
And then
fair. Like, you probably, you go to the goodness of your heart,
yeah, I've
like, to
taken like
capture
two
content.
2 days out to get there and go. Anyway, then there's a girl there who's sort of draped across the front of the car who he seems to be with, and I'm imagining she was a bottom influencer.
And this was just the
But
Dolphin Surf, was it?
yeah,
Yeah.
It's not even
yeah,
like a sexy car.
no, but like her, all the content that they were filming seemed to be her bottom. So I
Thank
think she's a bum
goodness.
influencer, a bumfluencer. There you go. There's a title for the episode, bumfluencer.
Sorted.
Although don't put bumfluencer and then you've got Caroline's picture on
Oh
it.
yeah.
'Cause that,
Maybe not. Maybe not.
that might not go. And then and she turned around and said to me, "Oh, have you driven it yet?" And I said, "Like not yet. I'm going to in a minute. Have you?" And she said, "Oh no, I can't drive."
No, bless. I know. It's a different world. But they shouldn't
I mean,
mix. You don't mix both because it's not fair either. Especially since we're
I,
No.
also poorly paid for our work.
yeah,
So.
I suppose it's like having Brad Pitt in an aftershave advert or something.
A lot of the stuff I've seen is
sells
a lot
things.
with a lot of the new brands. There'll be some, I don't know, some family thing on Instagram where they do road trips and stuff, and they'll use the car as part of their feature. And I've just read the comments, and people seem to, oh, that's a cool car, that's lovely, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I think as Caroline said a minute ago, it's more about brand awareness, especially now we've
Yeah.
got all these new brands competing for the mind share that's happening. Because I think there's 17 Chinese brands at the moment in the UK, and there's at least 5 that I can name that are coming next year already. So it's yeah, it's crazy.
And going back to those numbers,
Yeah.
if there are 2.4 million car buyers in the UK, how many of them are proper car lovers that are probably reading Auto Express and watching all the car channels? Maybe 50, 100,000 of them. I don't know.
Yeah, possibly.
But then you've got 2.3 million that need to accidentally stumble across it whilst they're scrolling on Instagram, I suppose.
Yeah,
There
exactly.
you go. It all makes sense. I'm going to go and work on my buttocks when I go to the gym. So, yeah.
And I suppose the key is not to be like threatened by it, because people will always want honest, educated opinions on cars, particularly with around EVs, because it's so new, that people will look for a voice of reason and balance, and that hasn't been paid for. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It might filter down. The brand might be, or the car that someone's might be interested in might be discovered to them via Instagram. They'll go down the journey of maybe looking at it, and then right before they go and look at the dealership, they might watch a couple car reviews just to sort of cement the idea in their head.
Exactly.
So it'll work. I think it all works out possibly. So.
And video, as you said, it's so important. Like, people are now, they just want to watch a video and get the details they need. And you can get across a lot of nuances in video that you can't in a written article, I find. That's why I'm trying to do more video of my own. Though it's a lot of hard work, guys, isn't it? It is hard work. Standing in the middle of nowhere with a camera.
Especially when you're working with this.
You have to, I always think it's like the words that come out of your mouth are important. That even if it's not flashy or in, the best camera, whatever, but surely that still matters in today's world, that what you come out with is sensible and is accurate. Accuracy is another thing that's going out of fashion, guys.
Yeah.
You got to get your facts right as well, and the numbers and all that stuff. The amount of research that has to be done, you probably find that too before you go out with a car.
Yeah.
Do you make notes, or how do you do your whole video scripting thing? Or you just make it up?
I spend about an hour plus on bullet point notes.
Yes.
Getting everything correct. Because what I find is, not so much with the Chinese manufacturers, because they keep things very simple, but more, I had a BMW the other week, and the complexity of what you can order and all the different options, because I want to make sure people know what they can get. It takes over an hour to make the notes, whereas something like a Chang'an, which I made a video on the other day, there's no options. It's just the colour, so it's quite easy to do. So, it depends.
Yeah, the luxury cars are really hard. I reviewed a Taycan during the week. It was last week.
I saw that.
And oh my God, all the options. I was on the configurator trying to work out what was standard. Most of the stuff is not standard.
The Porsche thing's unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, I think that the average spend on extras is like 30 grand or something.
I mean, that's a different ballpark, and you have to try and step into that world.
What about the little clock on the dash?
Oh,
it's like four grand, the chrono package.
Yeah. And it was lovely. And I thought, surely that's included because it's so iconic. And no, that's the sport chrono package, yeah.
And it's like, Madam would like the clock wrapped in leather, would she? Give us another £1,000, please.
And that's like, again, you're sort of like, well, that's someone's world. Like that.
Yeah.
Money's no object, so it's not an issue. So you have to, 1 minute you're reviewing the Insta or the Dolphin surf, and then the next minute you're stepping into the shoes of somebody who's got a lot of disposable income and that's their world. So they maybe the sky's the limit for them. So you don't want to be like, well, you might have to, pay this amount extra, because they're like, oh no, we just tick those boxes, it's no big deal. So that's sort of, you are putting you're changing worlds all the time, aren't you? Trying to think, well, what's that customer looking for? What's the luxury car customer looking for? Because it might be an alien world for me, but I have to sort of put myself in those shoes
completely,
and try and talk at their level.
Yeah. But yeah, like
Not
I
be
actually
like,
find
lads,
it.
this car is far too expensive. Go buy
Yeah,
Leinster.
you'd be mad. You could get a small flat for this and rent it
Yeah,
out. You could buy 10 of them in 3 years.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
10 Dacia Dusters, or something like that. So you have
yeah.
to be. Sure, look, yeah. It's all fun and games, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know,
Definitely.
with the whole information thing, I just shamelessly stand there and read it off a bit of paper now
Do
because
you?
I
Read.
just
I do as well.
I cannot
Ah,
retain
lads. No,
information. Can't
you
do it.
need
Someone
to
commented
work
on my.
on that now. You need to work on that. Because I know there's some real high profile YouTubers who use the notebook, isn't there? Like,
Well,
that's a thing.
Johnny,
Johnny
right.
Smith.
So
Yes.
Johnny with his notebook, and I thought he's getting away with it. And I think twice I'd put out a video and I'd said the wrong number or something, and obviously you just get battered for it. And I
Yep.
thought, do you know what? I'm not getting any younger. I can't retain information, especially when you've got new information like every 3 days or something. It's
Yeah.
just too
Yep.
much for me. You can't have beauty and brains. So I will just stand there and just keep referring to a bit of paper, and I just think I'd
Okay.
rather that and get it right. And then the bit when I'm in the car is entirely off the cuff, and I
Yeah.
try and
Yep.
make it like a conversation and not like a presenter kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that works or not.
No,
But that's my style, I
Yeah.
suppose, if you could call
Yeah.
it that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I print out the notes, hold a piece of paper, and if it's something I can remember the charging information quite easily, so I'll look at it for like a good few seconds and then put it on the floor and then do it. But I have to have the notes, otherwise I can't remember everything.
But then you see,
before I do it,
like Tish will look at the piece of paper for about 4 seconds, and then she'll do about 35 minutes reciting kind of all these
Yeah.
stats. I'm like, how does
Yeah.
that work? Please
No,
tell me.
she's amazing, and she's just gotten better and better at it as
Yeah,
well. A complete
yeah,
natural in front of the camera. So
yeah.
fair play.
yeah, she is.
Yeah.
You can
I just
dream,
wish that
guys,
she had my hair, but
of having that skill.
You had your wig on yesterday.
I did
Pardon?
add my woolly wig on yesterday. Yeah.
Yep.
I love this time of year because I get to wear a woolly wig.
In a video. In a
Yeah.
Just a hat, just a beanie hat. Yeah.
Okay. You're not a full on wig.
No, no. I used to wear one, but I found the chin strap sort of gave it away.
Oh
It,
gosh.
it's quite obvious. No.
It's
So
important
yeah,
when you're out, to stay warm and a hat, because you lose most of the heat through your head. So it is important to wear a hat in these chilly days and stay warm, which it can be really challenging on location, all right.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes
do you know
I
I've got?
forget to put on like 2 pairs of socks if I'm
Oh,
out
Oh.
filming. Yeah, which is,
I've
and
got these
so
little
everything is warm, but your feet are freezing.
yeah. I've got these little solar panels, and it's also called alopecia, and you would not believe the difference between having like the tiniest little bit of stubble on your head and then a little bald bit, and you touch it and it's like you've just touched an ice cube in the
God.
fridge. Like the difference it makes is
Yeah.
unbelievable. And
Crazy.
So the
yeah,
little
yeah,
bit
yeah.
of hair cover is part of the heat insulation. It's probably
Yeah,
how
it's
we
mad. I don't.
evolved.
Yeah, I've no idea how such a tiny amount of nothing can actually keep you warmer than
Yeah.
without. But yeah, when I can stick a tea cozy over my head in the winter months, life's a lot better. But yesterday was freezing at that MG
Didn't some
launch.
women come up to you and offer you their gloves?
No, I asked an old lady if I
Oh,
could
you
have
asked
her
them.
gloves.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, she's about 80, and I said, oh, well, if you're not using those gloves, all in jest, obviously.
But she probably took you seriously, though.
No,
She probably thought you'd.
she did like a double take, and yeah, it was fine. I had a laugh with her and her friend, and yeah, it was fine. She said they won't fit, and I said they will. I've got ladies' hands.
It sounds like you have some amazing interactions in life with people. No, that you have a
Yeah.
way of opening up conversations and
do you know what? I just try and have a laugh with people when I can, just because we don't do that enough, I don't think. And because I work
know.
on my own so often, when I get around other people, I'm like a puppy or something, like,
when you bump
and
into someone in Tesco or
yeah, hello, talk to me.
and what about at the EV chargers? Are you a chatty person? Would you start talking to people who are charging?
Yeah, I am, but English people generally aren't.
That's
So
true. Whereas in Ireland,
yeah,
like we talk to the door handle, you know.
so in my previous life, I used to go over to Belfast probably about 10 times a year, and I used to find it so difficult to get around because everyone wants to talk to you. And I
Yeah.
mean, checking into a hotel, that's 20 minutes to half an hour.
They're
Uh,
really friendly and kind,
oh,
actually.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I mean, I love that. If some random person starts talking to me, that's me set for the day. So yeah, yeah. Even Alex, I mean, I can even have a conversation with Alex sometimes for in excess of 3 or 4 minutes without being bored. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Lovely.
not that
Thank you
often,
so much.
obviously, but
No.
no.
Thanks, mate.
By the way, Alex had a very yellow coat on yesterday, which,
Yeah.
yeah,
It was nice and warm.
And good to
yeah,
make a
I'm sure
statement as well.
it was
And
it was a statement piece. Yeah,
you filmed a cheeky little Instagram reel of me, which was very kind of
you
you. Thanks for
lurking in
that.
the bushes,
Yep.
extending your tripod.
Yep.
I
Oh.
saw that image. Was it on X
Instagram, yeah.
of
On
you
Instagram.
in the middle of filming? And I
Yep.
know when I'm engrossed in filming, you know, don't take photos of me because I probably look like a maniac, you know. They're trying to wrestle with my tripod and sound equipment as well, you know.
Yep.
It can be a very physical day out, can't it?
Yeah. So me and Jim were in the same car park. It was quite a small car park. I could hear obviously Jim talking to himself in the camera and stuff. I thought it was normal. Then I was sorting out the camera for the interior shot, and I could see Jim talking a bit different to usual. I just looked over and he's just filming me. So
I just did a little David Attenborough commentary.
Attenborough,
yeah.
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 look at this man in the bush with his camera. It's very silent. He's listening. He's waiting. Love David Attenborough.
Yeah,
Classic.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is he
Yeah.
coming on the show?
I doubt it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I very much doubt
He's
it.
not your niche, I suppose.
No,
He's not
probably
our
not.
niche.
Probably not. I mean, we'd be happy to have him, but I find it. I find that one very difficult around the like
Yeah,
hyper intelligent people and
I know.
legends. You know,
And
I
he's a
mean,
national treasure in the UK, but his influence is wider than that, you know.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Right.
You can call
Well,
this
yeah.
episode a tribute to David Attenborough.
A tribute to David Attenborough. There you go.
And
Yeah.
there's the little shot of Alex in the woods with the camera.
Mind you, people might think he's passed on or something, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, we
Oh
could.
gosh,
we-
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Oh.
know.
Oh dear.
I'll tell you what, that would be a sad day.
It
But
will.
let's,
Yeah.
let's
yeah.
not go there.
No. Right. I think that's about it, really. I think we've been going on for too long, but yeah. It's been really really good to have you on the show, Caroline. I appreciate your time. It's been good to hear about all the bits and pieces about the car market in Ireland, but also we could obviously discussing all the ins and outs of car reviewing and car filming at the same time. So it's been
And sorry
really good
about all
fun.
the
Thank you.
nonsense.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Which was like
guys. It was lovely to join you.
99% of it.
Yeah.
Where can people find you online if they'd like to find out more about you and what you do?
So my website is www.changinglanes.ie, and you'll find the social links on that channel for YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and X. TikTok as well, a little bit.
Oh.
Trying.
There we go. And you also do videos for CarZone still?
I do.
as well?
I do videos
Okay.
for carzone.ie.
There we go. I'll put some links in the show notes and in the description down below for that. What about you, Jim?
I produce much worse videos on my YouTube channel, which is called Definitely Not a Guru. My website's notaguru.co.uk. I'm on Instagram, X, also on TikTok for some reason, but I don't understand short form content.
Same.
And you never know, maybe Crime Watch one day.
A nature watch.
Yeah, Nature
And you
Watch,
can find
that's the
Alex
one.
in Greg's.
Oh, I love Chris.
Tesco.
Yeah, you can find my car reviews at the Interface Cars. This podcast is in audio on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and also in video on YouTube. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching as well, and we'll see you again next time. Bye bye.
Thank you.